the addiction to money, but money can be, I know that money can be a trigger, for using drugs, but many times I've seen individuals in the 12-step program come into the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, stop using the drink or drug, but start selling drugs. How can an individual, because you mentioned money, but then in the same breath you talked about being an entrepreneur. What's the difference?
Well, I think the main difference is one who is an entrepreneur, but are guided by spiritual principles.
Okay.
You see, that's fine. You can make all the money you want to, because spiritually you're looking not so much at yourself, you're looking at how can you help someone else. So your bottom line as a spiritual business person or a person that's grounded is not how much money you make, but how much you helped. And you take the money and you help people. The converse of that is that the greed part that comes in where you get consumed, that you just sell poor quality services, poor quality products, toxic products. And so that is the difference between the two. And the money becomes a tool that you use to get the things that you want, i.e. drugs, notoriety. But you aren't aware that when you're doing it, every time you do that, you're selling a piece of yourself. And you sell a piece of yourself, then it gets to the ruination of your own soul. So therein lies the difference of those who are earning money to help others. That clearly was not my goal at that time. I thought I could do it, and I wanted to do it, but the concept of the lifestyle takes over, and it gets into your intellect. So you're driven by a force that you can't check. So therefore, the first step, to me, rightly calls it, that you don't have power over it. You're powerless. Not forever, but just as long as you stay in that mode of operation, you are powerless. Until one day you start working these steps and you get into a spiritual development of yourself, which you find in all of the Abrahamic faiths.
And it's amazing that you put it in that perspective, because I was thinking to myself this morning how the 12 steps of narcotics are really the 10 commandments of recovery. Just like we have the 10 commandments from a spiritual standpoint of view. You as an imam, I don't know whether or not you practice the 10 commandments. Are they in your faith? But in order to be guided by spiritual principles, number one, you have to know what the spiritual principles are. And after knowing what the spiritual principles are, then you have to begin to incorporate them in your life to see that they work.
Right.
What happened